Everyone, thanks again for joining us for another episode of the Liverpool Connection Podcast. We're at our favorite Irish pub in Las Vegas, McMillan's, and I'm here with Jonno. Jonno.
Cheers. Holy crap. That was stressful.
It was special. You know, we want to thank McMillan's for letting us join their supporters group watching the match this morning, early kickoff. And I want to commend you. You're finally old enough to be on the senior squad to play footy this weekend with me. But what a match. We go down to London playing Brentford, who's a forum home team. And it looked like dire straits there for much of the game, even though we dominated Jonno. So initial thoughts, Simicas have to come in for play for Robbo at the starting lineup.
Yeah, Simi, I think he deserved the start. Robbo's form has obviously been poor. What else? There weren't really many changes that we didn't think. I mean, he stuck with the Diaz at the 9 role, which don't know how well that's working. I don't think it was a poor first half, but it wasn't great. I mean, you have to kind of wear these teams down. It's really hard to kind of come out and just blow them away. A team like Brentford that's really good at home, really good defensively. Thought we kind of, the usual referee won't give us a decision until about 60. A couple of soft yellows. But we still, looking at halftime, we had, surprisingly to me, I think it was 1.5 or more XG to their very little. They had one or two dangerous-looking chances, but, kind of fairly typical first half. It was tight. We had the better of the chances, but it didn't look great.
And we talked about like how our Liverpool seems to, in the first half, just are playing within themselves, knowing that I think they know that they can turn it on in the second half. That's a dangerous game to play, but at least this game we didn't give up early goals. That's okay. We can still see. Thanks. Our production crew behind there is kind of new here. So anyway, thank Hottie. But, it seems like we have this mentality that, hey, we'll turn on in the second half. But that's a dangerous game to play. It worked okay today in the first half. We didn't really give them a lot of chances. But it was a frustrating match for us because at one time it looked like we had, 36 shots?
Yes.
Only 6 on target.
By the end we had 36. I think it was like 19 at halftime, but towards the end it was 36 shots to us, but like 6 each on target. Mm-hmm. So they were getting as many decent chances as us almost. Maybe not quite as good XG, but still.
We during that second half, we had there's a lot of times it was wide open, way more than it was in the first half. First half it was very compact. We got the shots off, but nothing really wide open in the second half. That game opened up, especially for Liverpool going the other way. Just some decision-making that was kind of poor from Gapco, Diaz, Saleh even, One time he's trying to slide a Nunez in at the end of the game, and he passes straight to the keeper when he had an open shot. And he's kind of been off form the past couple games, but, you can't take him off because he can score at any time. And we're wondering, if Nunez was going to come in. The gaffer brings in Jones.
Well, first of all, the two subs, brings in Robertson and Nunez, and it almost paid dividends almost immediately too, because Robbo crosses it to Nunez, who heads it, way across goal.
Yeah, he should have put that on target, right?
And I think the idea there, not that Simi was necessarily playing badly or anything, I think he was looking for more runs in behind, things like overlapping, which Simi doesn't do quite as much. I don't necessarily think we got too much more of that, but we got a little more production down the left, it felt like. And then he brings in, so that back and forth where it was pretty open in the middle of the second half, I actually fancied us quite a bit in that more open thing. I fancy it more than when they're camped deep. Yeah. Because, yes, it looked like they were kind of dangerous on the break, but they didn't actually get many. I think they had one really good chance from those back and forths, but we had many, many more. So I'd rather take the openness than the tight close down. But then Elliott and who was the Jones come in, because they did, Maka and Soboslai to me did start looking tired on those breakaways back and forth.
Yeah, and it's a shame for Soboslai because he had a couple that. One hit the crossbar.
Beauty of a shot that hit the bar.
The keeper made a good save on the other one. Is like
he had some good chances today.
Unfortunate, but at least he took some of the chances, right?
Yeah, I thought he did. His decision making was a bit better second half. So obviously, seemed to give him a little confidence. What did he do right before he took that shot? Oh, the little dance in the box where he pushes it left, and it almost comes through. But yeah, the more the game went on from 75 onwards, it was just a question of whether we'd score before we ran out of time, because they looked tired, they looked knackered, and we were pulling them all over the place. And then we kept burning those chances. There was the one outside of the foot from Salah. Núñez, if he just gets a toe on that, that was a really good opportunity. So that's the thing about Salah, is like he was making mistakes, he was decision making sometimes a bit poor, but it's hard to take him off because he's still so got that ability to just create something still.
So the gaffer brings on Elliott and Chiesa. Two players, really, Núñez, Elliott, Chiesa, and even Rabo, the four subs, very much maligned by a lot of the supporters, our E-Reds that I've picked up the vernacular of people calling, just social media people that hate the team for some reason, right? But, Elliott doesn't. We all think that he should be playing more. Chiesa is obviously just coming back in, and what impact they had at the end of the game. Chiesa driving with the ball. He's just an experienced player, knows the spacing, and Elliott's always known the little half turns and things like that. But what a great feeling for Núñez to score, to break the deadlock. And then as soon as he scores, the TV goes out here at McMullen's. And we're like, hopefully they don't reverse it or whatever, right?
Yeah, it goes black, and we're all celebrating. We're all chanting Núñez. And then it's spinning for a while. It finally comes back. And then there's Núñez celebrating, and we're all like, all right, it just came back on after he scored. And then we look at the scoreboard, it's 2. We're like, what the hell?
That was the weirdest thing. We thought it went right back to the same spot that when it blacked out, and we're still celebrating the first goal. And then we look up, and it's a second goal by Núñez,
Yeah, so happy for him, though. I mean, he did a lot of things really well in that 10, 15 minutes. There was the time when Jones kind of loses the ball on the edge of the D, but Núñez just is alive to it and wins it back and turns around, and I can't remember what happened, but I think he was fighting hard. I'm happy for him. Maybe that'll spur him on. It seemed to give him confidence, because then he was doing a lot of other things really well too.
Yeah, including stomping on their guy at the end. That slot was like, oh boy,
got a little carried away at that point. Yeah, but just really happy for him. And you know what, that's a massive 3 points there, because so many questions. Someone who shall remain nameless said a tie would have been disastrous. I don't think it would go that far. We'd still be, ahead in the league. But mentality-wise, that would be 5 draws in the last 8 or something. That would be tough mentally. I still think we would be fine, because we played well. But getting those 3 points really is a kick in the teeth for Arsenal now. It really, who go on to play Villa today.
It really is, because that increases our lead on them. With we're even on games now, but we'll have the game in hand after they play again today. And then our next league fixture is Ipswich. So we still, hopefully this does. Right the ship a little bit, the mentality-wise, right? And like we've told everybody all season, it's everybody that's on the squad is going to be a factor.
Right, and that's
no
the thing,
matter
the
how
squad,
many minutes they play.
Right, and the squad contributed, which is great too. Guys like Núñez and Jones and Elliott, all those guys who came on in the field. So many players played a part today. It was so, it took a whole squad to get it, and you sometimes need that, because if it's Salah that wins it again, it's a little bit like Chiesa and Núñez don't feel like maybe there's much apart. So, lots of positive things finally that you can take away from the end of that.
Well, now we got to catch our breath, get ready for our footy match in a couple hours. If you guys, and I know most Reds that visit Las Vegas, they want to come watch the match, reach out to Brian at McMullen's, get on the list. It's an intimate setting here, and they want to make sure everybody has a good atmosphere watching the game. So make sure you reach out a few days before you come here to reserve a spot and join the supporters group here. Their group has done a lot of charity work. They're doing a lot of great things. So reach out, make friends with them, support them, and keep supporting the Reds, because it's another game ticked off. Gets us closer to our prize, the 3 points in the bag. And hopefully we can have a good positive week from all the E-Reds.
Absolutely, up the Reds.
of the Reds. Subscribe, like, put on your notifications, and we will see you midweek. Cheers.